And let's bring in Republican Congressman Brandon Gill of Texas for more on this. Congressman, thank you for coming on. Can we talk a little bit more about what the president was saying last night? Because he's talked about DEI policies implying that they were linked to this crash, but then he later said that he didn't have evidence of that and that he's just sort of speculating or using common sense in his words. What's your reaction to that and Democrats now saying that he should apologize?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. I mean, this is a horrific tragedy, and I hope everybody listening will join Danielle and me in praying for the 67 people who lost their lives as well as their families in this horrific event. But let me tell you, President Trump is bringing up a very logical point here, which is that we know for a fact that the FAA, as well as other federal agencies, have been hiring based on racial characteristics rather than merit. And while we don't know directly what led to this event in particular, we do know that DEI hiring policies prioritize certain characteristics over merit, over qualifications. I mean, that's a serious problem, and that's what exactly what President Trump is addressing.
Aviation experts are saying that doesn't apply to air traffic control, and again, there's no evidence that that happened in this case. So do you think the president is getting ahead of himself, talking about this before the investigation is complete, the first time he's addressing the nation about this?
Well, what we do know is that the FAA has prioritized hiring people with severe psychological disabilities, with psychiatric problems, and with physical and mental issues. That is straight from the FAA. Now, the question is, do you want people with severe psychological problems being involved in any respect at all with planes landing at DCA or any other airport, or do you want the people at the FAA to be the most highly qualified people imaginable? That's what I want. That doesn't seem to be what the other side of the aisle wants. I think that the American people have been very clear. They are sick of DEI. They're sick of prioritizing woke race-based hiring or hiring people for anything other than merit. And that's exactly what President Trump is addressing here. He was sent to Washington to go after policies just like this, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Congressman, you serve on the committee overseeing the Department of Government Efficiency. Are you at all concerned that buyout offers being made to federal employees could lead to more accidents if agencies are understaffed?
Here, I'll tell you what I am concerned about. Since 2012, whenever Obama took away our race-blind hiring practices at the FAA, we have turned away over 3,000 highly qualified agents for the FAA. That is a serious problem. What DOJ is going to go after is blatant waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption in the federal agencies. And I'm looking forward to seeing more career bureaucrats retiring. I think that that's going to be a good thing for the American taxpayer. I'm certainly not going to apologize for that because that is the goal here. But no, I think that what is making America less safe, what is making our planes less safe, is hiring based on race rather than on merit.
I want to ask you about the administration's intensifying crackdown on immigration because you represent a border state. Have you seen a difference in the numbers at the border now that the administration has sent additional troops there?
Well, listen, we had a secure border under President Trump in his first term, and as soon as Joe Biden got into the White House, he issued between 70 and 80 executive orders inviting millions upon millions upon millions of illegal aliens into our communities. That includes gang members. That includes members of the Tren de Aragua. That includes MS-13 gang members, and it has made America significantly less safe. Over the past 10 days, President Trump has already deported north of 10,000 people. That includes murderers, rapists. That includes people involved in sex trafficking. That includes people involved in child pornography. These are the people that President Trump is getting out of our neighborhoods. And I think he's doing a great job of it.
You also introduced the Remain in Mexico Act, which requires many asylum seekers to stay in Mexico while they wait for U.S. immigration court hearings. That policy started in the first Trump administration during the height of the pandemic. Why do you think it's important to make it law now?
Listen, President Trump's executive orders have been great. He's doing exactly what the American people elected him to do, but it is our job as Congress members to provide him with the legislative backup that he needs. That includes funding for deportations, funding to build the wall, but it also means codifying his executive orders into law so that a future Democrat administration doesn't undo everything that he's been doing, just like Joe Biden did over the past 4 years. The American people are sick of open borders. They're sick of Democrats flooding their communities with gang members, with murderers and rapists. They want these people gone. They want them out of our country, out of our communities. They want to live in a safe American world, and that's what President Trump is creating.
All right, Republican Congressman Brandon Gill of Texas. We have to leave it there. Thank you, Congressman.